Hollywood. Well, when we first started walking around Palermo, Hollywood, I enjoyed, it's very colourful. It's a colourful place. There's a lot of street art, which is enjoyable to see because it's quite different places, different buildings around the area. A lot of cafes. Every street corner, every place you go, there's cafes, restaurants. It's very clean. It's very clean and tidy. You often see people cleaning their streets down, and it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people around, more so in the afternoon when they've had siesta and they get up, but and the architecture. It's been really interesting seeing the different architecture. There's some really, really old buildings around, and then there's some new buildings. So it's quite an interesting place to walk around, and there's always something interesting to see. So Buenos Aires reminds me of two places. One is New York, because it has a lot of high-rise buildings, high-rise apartments, a lot of people around. But it also reminds me of Paris too, because it has a lot of cafes and people sitting outside having their coffee or having something to eat. And the architecture is very similar to Paris. So there'll be one place you'll see and you'll think you're in Paris, and then the next street over you'll think you're back in Buenos Aires, and then there'll be a whole lot of architecture that goes back way back in history. So it's an interesting city, Buenos Aires. One of the things that I was a little bit concerned about was safety, like walking around Buenos Aires in Argentina. But we have walked around and it's been fine. We're diligent. We make sure that we do hold our bags tight, as most people do here, even the locals do that. But it's as flat as a pancake, which is lovely. And all the streets are one way. So they're coming one way or the other. So that makes it a little bit easier to walk around. And people are generally just doing their own thing. They don't really have anything to do with us, and we just sort of walk around, and it's been great. I haven't felt unsafe at any point. One of the things that is a bit like New York is you see dog walkers. So I've never seen dog walkers really before, and in Buenos Aires there's dog walkers, and they may have up to like 10 dogs, and although they're so well behaved, the dogs, when they're with the dog walkers, and although I said the streets were very clean, which they are in the area that we live in, the dogs do tend to poop on the street, and it's left. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And commonly people have dogs in apartments in Buenos Aires. So you'll hear them barking in the apartments, which is not a problem, but it's something that I've never experienced before. So yeah, that I think is a bit similar to New York, yeah. One of the really good things about Buenos Aires is the public transport. So you can get around by different methods. One of them is the subway, which is like a subway. There's trains, there's buses, there's taxis, there's different ways you can get around. And when you go on the subway, you do find different people trying to sell you things like socks, or there's people on the subway playing guitars, and it's interesting. It's lovely to watch them, but yeah, it's different to what I'm used to in Australia, where you get on, you get off.
Estás clavada en mí, te siento en el latín, abrazador